And we are live here on Crash and Activity Season 1,
Hey
Episode
everyone.
34, The Competitive Legacy of Ross Rowland. But anyways, let's before we begin, as always, thank you so much
Hi guys.
for my YouTubers,
Hey,
TikTokers,
this is such
oh my
God,
the one on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, to Discord, WhatsApp, DeviantArt, Tumblr, Spotify, Newgrounds, Pixar, Pixis, Patreon, and sometimes
I
the
never understand about the Spotify
Yeah.
thing. Is it just where people just hear your thing or what? I don't get that.
and on Twitch too, and Roblox.
I do also have Twitter, but I just don't
and you
use it
guys
much. I
are
only
all
use it
now
only to
on
see artwork.
live.
But
Yeah,
anyways,
we're both live. We can obviously tell that. Elijah just said that like 5 minutes ago.
Too bad.
anyways, you're one of the reasons why this
Hey guys.
remains in
Hey, what's up,
Diego.
Diego?
You're back. This remains
Hey,
Yeah,
what up,
I'm
Diego?
back from retirement.
And today we're going to be talking about the competitive legacy of Ross
Oh,
Rowland.
hello.
Okay.
Oh,
So and in case you don't know who Ross, and for those of you who don't know who Ross Rowland actually is, so let me just Ross E.
do your research,
Rowland
kids. That's all I can
Jr.,
say.
born in 1940.
Well, Elijah, I think
when
it comes to live streams, I think we should introduce ourselves. We should introduce ourselves just in case people don't know who we are.
I think
And he has run public and demonstration excursions on existing roads utilizing steam locomotives. Is anyone?
Yeah. Hey, Elijah.
What else?
Yo, dude, like I think we should
does
tell
anyone
the audiences
know
that are
Ross
watching.
Rowland? Diego, do you know him? Ross Rowland?
Yeah, he's the man who is the owner of American Freedom Train.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're gonna
he's the
talk
one
about that later.
that owned
And
that engine?
Manuel.
Oh, sorry. Were you saying something? I'm so sorry.
Oh, my friend Ray from my school said hi to me. And JP, JP, who always keeps screwing around in Discord.
I do not want
Oh,
to talk about
guys,
JP at all. Let's just
guys,
move on, okay?
I'm reading this one.
No
I said
fighting.
it to you, Ross Rowland. me and you.
guys.
Oh, okay. I got confused.
You can talk about this excursion.
God, shut up!
Whoa.
Guys.
Whoa, okay, chill. Okay, listen. Should we just continue
JP,
about this
please.
thing? Because, like, honestly, I just feel like we're just boring the
And
audiences.
please, no copyrighted, Diego.
It's
And
not
I mean, yeah,
copyrighted.
obviously,
I
we
sent you a private text.
can't do that on YouTube, because YouTube might say something about that. Because
Did
YouTube,
you get it?
honestly,
Elijah, what engine is that?
That's Reading 2101.
obviously,
also Manuel.
we could just it's an iconic engine. What was that one?
Hey, well, while we were in the Discord, VC, you haven't heard what JP tried to say. What was the good news?
What was the good news then?
We're not talking about this annoying JP. Let's focus on Ross Rowland.
Why, Joe?
All right. Just Alan, come on, just for now.
All right.
Make sure to mute your mic, just in case you're curious. So, where are you, Manuel?
Okay.
Make sure to write the Steam excursion career. You can write it. Yes. Meaning. So, are you there, Manuel?
Yes, man.
Did you read the Steam excursion career?
Yeah, hold on. Sorry. Is that the link?
Yeah, make sure to double check in the private chat.
Yeah, I checked. I'm double checking. Yeah, okay. It's good. It's a good website. Don't worry. It's good.
Yeah, it's on Wikipedia.
Do I read? Excuse me.
Yeah, you can read it.
Okay. Ross Rowland. Okay. Ross E. Rowland Jr., born 1940, is a figure in the United States. Which one? The Steam excursion career? Did I read that?
I already read his bio, and you can read the Steam excursion career.
Oh, okay. Steam excursion career, if you guys don't know. Ross Rowland began operating steam excursion trains in the form of his newly formed High Iron Company on October 13, 1966. Oh, wow. It was made in the 60s. Wow. And he would subsequently create several trains. Yeah, go ahead. During the Cold War, yeah. Create several trains that would be pulled by steam including a Golden Spike Sentinel Limited train in 1969. Rowland's most famous accomplishment was the American Freedom Train, a steam-powered exhibited train which toured much of the continental U.S. over 1975 and 1976 in conjunction with the celebration of the U.S. Bicentennial. I apologize if I didn't say that correctly, but I did try. So, the American Freedom Express train, I heard of that engine before. It's like isn't it like the ripoff of the Southern Pacific 4449? Isn't that a ripoff of that?
No, it's not. No, 4449 was actually painted into that paint scheme.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, it's because I just hear a lot of people say, this on Twitter. They
Well,
say,
and
I see Ralph banners say that. That's what they heard. You know.
You can read the other one.
Okay. Excuse me. Oh, what was I? Oh yeah. Okay. Rowland has been connected with and operated several U.S. excursion steam locomotives, such as the Canadian Pacific 1278 4-6-2. Oh wait, that was the engine that we were talking about the other day. The last live stream we had.
Version of the infamous
True. Yep.
Gettysburg Railway.
Infamous Gettysburg. Yeah, we already saw that from Thunderbolts Productions videos. If you guys want to see that
Thank
video,
God,
then just subscribe to him and you'll see it. And we can't show that because obviously we have reasons why. We can't do it. So sorry. Anyways, currently at the age of steam roundhouse, Sugar Creek, Ohio, the Canadian Pacific 1238 and 1286 4-6-2S, currently under private ownership in Matabay, the Nickel Plate Road 759 2-8-4. Yeah, 284. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Currently at Steamtown National Historic Site, Scranton, Pennsylvania. The reading 2101
speaking of that locomotive. Excuse me, and speaking of that locomotive, I know I have a picture on my phone of it.
All right, can you show us to the audience so they can know which one we're talking about?
Hey, JP, what's the question since I saw you send the comment question?
Looks like, hey, Elijah, JP looks like has a question for you guys. All right, JP, go ahead.
JP, make sure it's appropriate. And I don't want to hear any newfangled nonsense. Smuggle that word. Oh. And you see that I have the Nickel Plate Road 759 at Steamtown?
Yeah, I see that.
That was taken around National Train Day, Saturday, 2 years ago on National Train Day, Saturday, May 8th, 2021. And hopefully later this year in early July 2023, I might have a chance for Alan's birthday to go to a National Historic Site in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Would you tell your dad about that if you want to go to Steamtown?
Maybe, or if we can go there somewhere around June, and then
maybe July.
Yeah, and then maybe on my birthday I can probably do some rail fanning at Valley Cottage.
Where's Valley Cottage at?
It's at New York, where I caught a CSX ET44AH with the -8 trailing second. Remember that? And it's when you
railroad crossing.
Yeah, with the railroad crossing, because also that's where I might probably see trains at, and it's also above the Palisades Mall.
You mean at Gilchrist Road?
In Valley Cottage?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also
Hey, turn it down. That's copyrighted.
Wait, CSX Stranger Fender said, "You saw the CSX train, Alan?" Yeah, I see the CSX trains.
Right. Do I continue reading, Elijah?
Valley Cottage.
Right.
You mean it says Valley Cottage? I'm gonna find. I'm still looking for the location at Valley Cottage in New York.
It's the railroad crossing
Well,
in
that
Harry Potter.
happens. Everyone's trying to ask us about the thing. Should I just continue reading,
Oh, it's
Elijah?
near Nyack, New York.
Okay. Okay, guys, let's just.
All right, who's reading the next article?
Ross.
I'm ready.
I was gonna read.
Oh, so one of these days we can real fan at Irvington, New York after Valley Cottage, Alan.
We left off on the last page right here. I know which where we left off. We left off with the reading of 2001-48-48. Currently at the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad Museum in Baltimore, Maryland, and still is to this day, as well as the Chesapeake, Ohio 614-4-84.
Yeah,
still preserved to this day.
And I've seen, and I would love to see the Reading 2101 later this year for my birthday when I go to the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad Museum in Baltimore, Maryland. When I invite
Wish I could visit that area, to be honest. Wish I could visit Baltimore one of these days.
One of the original friends of the which is one of my friends that I met at the Reading Northern Railroad and
Oh, hey JP, I see you.
Anyways, during the 1980s, during the 1980s, with a spike in oil prices, Rowland was instrumental in forming American Coal Enterprises, or ACE for short, an organization dedicated to the design and production of modern coal-fired reciprocating direct drive steam locomotives designed to reduce or eliminate operational concerns associated with steam locomotives and to operate with enough efficiency to be economically viable to railroads. Rowland managed to obtain permission from, we're going to repeat what I'm going to say, of course, the company CSX Transportation to operate CNO 614 in freight services in 1985. To obtain in order to finalize the AC 3000 design. The AC 3000 originally started developed as a steam turbine locomotive design, but was changed to a traditional reciprocating drive as development continued. A primary design for the AC 3000 was developed, but active development stopped prior to any effort to build a demonstrator or a prototype when oil prices fell in the mid of 1980s. And it appeared that the disparity between coal and oil would not be sustained at a level significant enough to expect that a coal-fired locomotive would be economically feasible. In 1992, Rowland, along with Ralph Rissinger, proposed the 21st Century Limited, a theme train hauled by CEO 614 with custom rail cars and displays. Rowland initially projected the train would run by 1996, and 614 was briefly wrapped in the colors of the train for a Photoshop to advertise the project. The project would eventually be canceled, however. In the 1990s, Rowland operated public excursions of the New Jersey Transit, aka the passenger service that is in New Jersey even to this day. Between Herbrook and Port Jervis until the retirement of CEO 614, Rowland has been a critic of the efficiency and effectiveness of the Steamtown National Historic Site. That's it that I can read, dude.
Hey JP.
Hi JP.
Hey JP, are you there?
Are you gonna speak?
Yeah.
There he is.
All right, Alan, are you ready to read?
Sure. Let me see. What should I?
We're at the Page Pacific Wilderness Tourist Train. That's where we are.
All right. So you want me to read?
Send it to you the link in the private chat, Al.
Right, there it is.
Discord's going wild right now.
What do you mean?
In this one server I'm in, this one dude literally just said the N-word with the hearty R.
Whoa, we can't say it on YouTube. We're like,
yeah, because that's racist.
I can't say it. I just said he said the
I know,
N-word with the
but like,
hearty R.
But like, don't mention it though. That's the thing. Don't
Why would
mention
I
it. Still
say it?
Well,
Obviously, no, we know.
he mentioned the letter.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So all right, now let me start with the reading. Ross Rowland began operating steam excursion trains in the form
Hey,
of
no.
No, we're at
What?
the
Remember?
wilderness. We're at the wilderness. That's where I left off. Wilderness.
the wilderness Pacific Wilderness Tours train.
Yes.
Okay. In the summers of 2000 and 2001, Rowland managed the Pacific Wilderness Railway on Vancouver Island, British Columbia. This short-lived tourist train consisted of a few older coaches pulled by two GP20 diesels traveling from Victoria to the peak of Malaha before returning to Victoria. The operation was criticized for lacking any proper station or accommodations at
Excuse me.
Malahat, and a lack of scenic sites along the route. Further criticism highlighted the age of the rolling stock, a failure to attract cruise traffic, such as the success of Alaska's White Pass and Yukon route, and the failure to bring in an operating steam engine due to weight limits on bridges over the paw line. The operation failed and ended operations in July 2001.
Oh, that's tragically sad.
In early 2011,
That's
Roland.
just a shame. Well, it's a shame, guys. That didn't
Am
actually
I finished
happen.
reading?
I think that's it. I think I'll try to read the later career. So,
Okay.
later career. In early 2011, Rowland announced that planned operation of the Greenbrier Presidential Express,
Guys, quick
a
question.
luxury train set to operate from Washington D.C. to the Greenbrier
Hey
Result and
guys,
routes
quick
for
question.
West Virginia. JP, I'm reading.
Sorry, but I
However,
need to say something.
yes, JP.
It's extremely relevant, and he keeps spamming you, Elijah, try to get your attention.
Simply I cut the shape of the breech out of cardboard and glue it onto another piece of cardboard and keep cutting it out.
Wait, was that Stratford Studios?
What?
Stratford Studios, may you please turn that down? Brody.
Oh, let me go on mute.
CSX trains the rail fender can't join because there's a maximum number of people isn't alive.
Okay.
So, what's it? Oh, yeah. So, however, problems with the capacity on the Buckingham Branch Railroad and with steam operation into Washington D.C. killed the project's feasibility. By 2014, many of the passenger cars bought for the Greenbrier Express were sold at auction, bringing an end to the project. The C&O 614 was moved from storage in Pennsylvania to static display at the Virginia Museum of Transportation in 2011. It has since been moved to display in Clifton Forge, Virginia. At the C&O Railway Heritage Center, where it is currently wearing the green paint scheme of the failed Greenbrier Express project. Although on static display, Rowland still owns the engine, though the American Freedom Train Foundation. And in 2021, Rowland received a Lifetime Achievement from the Award Heritage Rail Alliance. And in case if you don't know what that organization is, well, without further ado, in the knowledge of school, let me inform you about this. So, the Heritage Rail Alliance is an organization for promoting the interests of and sharing information among railway preservation groups and tourist railroads.
Yo, Elijah, one more thing, real
Yes?
quick. I'm gonna say it's a strange one because he keep DMing me. So, because I gotta go to bed anyway in a minute.
Hey, I'll see you.
All right. Good night, JP. We'll see you tomorrow, JP.
Like,
We
Hi,
see you
JP.
tomorrow after my
And what
first
you think of that football picture, Manuel, that I put on today?
And one thing, also,
It
Manuel,
looks pretty
one
cool,
of
I
in
guess.
part
Maybe.
2 of Jim Vander Kalk's top 20 favorite you can use steam locomotives that we gotta see. He mentioned in his Chesapeake and Ohio 614 segment where Ross actually has plans to restore the 614 again. This time for his Yellow Ribbon Express. Albeit planning on converting
That
the
does not
locomotive
make
to
sense
burn
at all.
oil and
Why is he
forming
doing
natural
that? Why?
gas to convert the
Just
locomotive from burning
why?
coal to
Again? Are
natural
you
gas.
serious?
Just why
Just
would you
why?
do that?
Like, it's better to just like stop it, like give up, dude. Like, you're just making things way, way worse than it already is. I'm not joking. He's doing
And
things
Chesapeake
way,
and
way
Ohio
worse.
614, it the website
Eh,
on its website, the on the Sienna 614 website, it says that we're constantly working on ways to return steam locomotive 614 to active service. However, the process to do so can take many years of planning. And to return 614 to service will require doing a full FRA workup so that she complies with the newly created Federal Railroad Administration rules governing steam locomotives, which became effective after 614's last service in 1998. And this work will cost approximately $1 million and take an estimated 18 months to complete. And we are constantly on the lookout for the proper opportunity that will allow 614 to operate in a scenario that will justify this large investment. And when it occurs, we will make the investment needed to return her to service. In other words,
Hey,
there's no sense investing all that money unless there's a place she can run and generate sufficient revenues to justify that investment.
hey
Alex?
Elijah. The
Yes.
CS Trains rail fanner joined, so can you add him in here because he's here?
All right, he's here. So,
Hey, the
AC6
CS
Trains
Trains
Rail Fanner,
fanner.
can you unmute yourself so we can hear you?
yeah, unmute your mic, please.
Sorry, gotta stay on mute.
It's fine. You're good. You're
That's
good.
really fine. I can highly agree with that. So,
That's understandable. Understandable.
614 will remain on display at the Sienna Railway Heritage Center in Clifton Forge, Virginia, until such a time she is called back to duty. When an excursion, public trip, or appearance is announced, information will be posted on this website first.
Yeah, that's honestly understandable, to be honest. Yeah, but like, why? This is a question I just know. Like, I might not be that much of a professional rail fender myself, but I do know about bad judgment. And honestly, Rowland is honestly doing a bad job. He's like, why build an engine like that and just like
Restore or use that
renovating it? Yeah, like,
But
why that? Why that?
Because one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Well, one of the absolute best railway preservationists, in my honest opinion, it's probably Joel McCormick, who works with the
Understandable. I legit agree with you. I agree with you.
Road 765, and also he's helping out on the restoration of the Reading 2100 at the American Steam Railroad Preservation Society.
Oh no, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Society, and the former B&O round and ex B&O Roundhouse, Baltimore, Ohio Road Roundhouse in the flats of Cleveland, Ohio.
Honestly, it's very understandable. By the way, Shepard's also saying he wants to join back.
But good news, Rowland revives. Also, just to revive an American Freedom Train named for proposed Veterans' Tour, because he announced that he will be hiring an American Freedom Train around 2026.
Yes, and that's honestly understandable. To be honest, at least that's one thing we can talk about.
And it's also going to run with the number one all time, my famous Southern Pacific 4449 steam locomotive for the American Freedom Train, and the Norfolk and Western 611 and the Chesapeake and Ohio 614. Thoughts? It's
Wait,
gonna
wait. By
be
the way, I just have a
fantastic
question. I have a
series.
question about Rosslyn. Did he also work in Norfolk and Western Railway or no?
No.
Yeah, I think he
No,
did.
no. Oh, okay, okay.
No, so 611 was originally going to be used for the American Freedom Train, but they used some specific for Texas Pacific
I
610
mean,
and
the
running.
611 engine. I mean, it's not as bad as we saw with the other locomotives from History of the Dark. I think.
It's
Yeah.
one of the best locomotives of all time.
Yeah, at least it wasn't the other one from the other guy that we saw for Halloween. Remember that one that we saw from
Jim
Halloween?
Vander Kolk.
Yeah. At least it's not worse.
Did you subscribe to Jim's channel?
Obviously, of course, I did.
Even
Yeah,
though he retired after all the stress he's been going on,
I mean,
because
I get life. Life is obviously hard. Life is sometimes hard, but it's beautiful at one way, you know.
right, and he ended in a very bad way in his last and final episode of
It's like it kind of
number 10
reminds
of
me
the
of
local
All at
profiling
Sea from Thomas, which is honestly my
of
favorite
the local
episode. All at
profiling
Sea.
episode where he mentioned the Frisco 1522 steam
Well, yeah.
locomotive, and at the end, one of his last names, if he didn't like me, then he says kiss, and then he says the
Well, we can't
the
say. We
word.
don't say. Don't say. Don't say. We won't
Don't
allow you
say,
say
and
that.
he showed some images of memes and some stuff with
I mean, memes are funny.
stuff with,
That's the thing.
and
Memes
and
alright. Memes is
he also
alright.
showed some a tiny bit of nudity and innocent things.
Hey, I have
But
one
Richard,
question.
What's up?
I have
well,
a
on the
question.
bright
Why,
side, he did generally make great businessman decisions. And C6 trains the rail fender, you can talk.
I have one question. Why did he retire just because he was going through some stress because of chaos?
Because one of the reasons why Andrew, aka Overpower Steam Productions, one of his friends that he works in his podcast series called Burning Subjects, he had a confession to make that he he that when the people in Discord are just obviously acting like trolls and saying suits, it's not. They
I
say that
mean,
they're
I mean, I would go that through
dumb.
that too, but like, I would not take it serious when it comes to that. I mean, we had a lot of enemies back in the day, okay? Because like, that's reality, dude. That's the thing.
But if I were to invite you into, but if you were to have a talk with Jim Vander Kolk, if he would love to rejoin a bang.
Well, listen. We don't know. We can't push someone to do something that they don't want to. That's the thing. If he feels like he wants a
Right.
break, then like, let him have a break. You know, let him have a break. If he wants to come back, it's his
Right.
decision, not us. You know.
It's just I can't believe things have been getting.
I mean,
worse.
yeah, I get you. I get you. I know how you feel. But I'm just saying this, you know.
And also for the 2026 American Freedom Train, it will also celebrate the 250th birthday of our nation too.
Let me guess, was it for 4th of July or something?
And also, you'll be in 2026. You'll be around 20 years old, and I'll be 22.
Wow.
Honestly, if the 4449 pulls the American
And
Freedom
then
Train and
and
runs your
then
area,
and then by
then
that and
I'll
then in
see.
twen-
I'll
and
see
then in
it.
2026 I'll be 19 by that time.
And also, I'll see 4449, 611, and 614, along with my future girlfriend that I'll have in college.
Like honestly, to be honest, people say this to me, and they actually have to agree with some of them. Some of them just say like, don't talk about the future, and instead just talk about the present, because obviously you don't know what's going to happen.
And you cannot just predict the future. You're not God.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the guy said from like Taller in the
Because
Titanic
that's
movie.
not one of God's ground. That's not one.
I mean, we're not.
It's
First of
not
all, we're not
grounded
God. That's
in
the
one
thing.
of God's message.
Exactly.
Because it's just hiding the truth.
Yeah.
It's because of what I've learned in the church service.
I mean, yeah, I did learn that when I went to church that Sunday. Yeah, I did learn about that too. But look on the bright side, though. To be honest, like talking about this scene kind of reminds me of All at Sea, you know? Because like Duck wants to wish he's in the other world. And honestly, for me, I would say no, he doesn't like that, you know? He knows that he cannot live a life if he isn't around with his friends. But you get my point, you know? You get my point. Because that's the main plot of the episode. That's the thing. He wants to explore, but honestly, he's a train.
Right, and
He can't.
hopefully, and one of these days we'll also you're excited for the blast for 2026 of the American Freedom Train 2026. And
I
can't
would
wait to
say
see all
yes.
3
I would say
locomotives.
yes. I would say
We're
yes.
all gonna see 611, 44, 49, 611, and 614. The aforementioned locomotives.
Well, honestly, people say they were gonna do. I remember the news. They say, like, for me where I live, they say that in the news that they're gonna record that thing. That someone's gonna, like, there's gonna be news reporters or something like that, and they say they record it. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard.
Yeah,
I mean, I heard people say that, so not 100% sure. Not 100% sure.
And one of Ross Rollins' all-time favorite locomotive, always obsessed with this, the Chesapeake and Ohio 614.
And honestly, I have to agree with them. I legitimately agree with them.
And in case if you want to read 614 to the audience, here is what we're gonna talk about in the private chat.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, it is like it
614.
is what it is.
It is what it is, just
It
like
is. Yeah, yeah,
the
just like the
Life
guy.
is Good
Yeah.
song with Drake and Future. Speaking of Drake and Future,
Who's
I
reading
know
the
I
next
might
article?
get this feature if I actually
Oh,
go to the
I already read the first 2 articles. Alan already read the first. I already read the third.
I'll read
so
the
who
next
wants
one.
to-
Give me a
Stratford
second.
Studios.
All right.
Stratford Studios. Stratford
right.
Studios.
Yeah, Shepard wants to read. He said.
Yeah, yeah. Give me a second, real quick.
Do you also
Sure.
want to read in the private chat of the Chesapeake and Ohio 614?
Yes.
I sent it to you in a private chat. You see it?
Yes.
This might be out of context, but I just want to know, guys. Do you guys ever watch Inside Job? It's honestly a good show. It's on Netflix, by the way.
Created by the famous creator Alex Hirsch. He also produced Gravity Falls.
I mean, yeah, honestly, I kind of like that show.
Maybe soon.
Some people.
It's on Netflix, by the way. You need Netflix.
I would love.
Oh yeah, I have Netflix. Yeah,
Someone also, by the way, if you guys are talking about my profile picture, is because some guy, like, he told me, he said, "Hey, do you like Luz from Owl House?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, here's the meme. Honestly, it's just Luz being Mr. Beast.
That's
The Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. Yeah. Someone sent me this on Twitter, to be honest. I don't know why. It's kind of funny though. But why is Mr. Beast meme still alive? That's the thing. How is that meme not dead? That's the thing. How is it not dead? I get it.
And also, the Shadow Realm meme is not dead.
Oh no, it is dead.
Why do you think it's dead, even though it's still?
Because it came out.
Because, like,
about it I mean, look at the year. Look at the year that it came out, dude. Like, figure out the year that it came out.
2021, 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. That's that old.
Nowadays, the Dr. Livesey meme is still going.
Dr. Livesey, yeah, I get that.
Or what meme?
And nowadays, they're focusing on the more movie
Shadow
memes,
Realm?
Whopper.
Yeah, they just put the Whopper. We can't sing it because we are not Burger King. This video is sponsored by Burger King. Not joking.
Yes, and
we will never be inspired by
this Ohio memes.
Okay, we do not talk about.
I do not like Ohio memes at all. Okay, I just don't know why.
They're
completely useless.
It feels racist.
Not exactly racist. I would say it's just an insult to a state. That's the thing.
Insult to a state. That's what
I just said. Yeah, it's like an insult.
And
and
not nice and a mess in the room.
Honestly,
so, anyways, Stratford Studios. Go
ahead and read.
Yeah, I was waiting for y'all to finish.
Yeah, go ahead. We're finished.
All right. Do I just start off with the thing? All right. The Chesapeake and Ohio 614 is a Class J3A 484 Greenbrier Northern type steam locomotive built in July 1948 by the Lima Locomotive Works in Lima, Ohio, for the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway, CNO for short. As a member of the J3A class, is one of the last commercially built steam locomotives in the U.S. The locomotive was built with the primary purpose of hauling long, heavy, high-speed express passenger trains for the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway, such as the George Washington and the fast-flying Virginian. Retired from active service in the late 1950s, the 614 was preserved and placed on display at the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad Museum in Baltimore, Maryland. Between 1979 and 1980, restoration work on the locomotive to operating condition took place, and it was used for extensive mainline excursion service for the early 1980s until the late 1990s. Today, the locomotive is on display at the C&O Railway Heritage Center in Clifton Forge, Virginia.
That's a good locomotive. And the locomotive had a tractive effort at 68,300 pounds. Not the strongest 484 Northern type wheel arrangement steam locomotive, and a booster at 78,853 pounds.
Okay, I'm gonna continue with the history and revenue career.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Most railroads call their 484 Northerns, which is short for the railroad first using the 484 type Northern Pacific Railroad. The workers of the C&O could not see naming these locomotives Northerns, as the railroad was based in the southeast. The famous Greenbrier Hotel in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, a major resort on the C&O main line, was the inspiration for the name Greenbrier applied to these 484s. The C&O had a total of 12 484s, with the first five numbered 600 to 604, built in 1935, with the designation J3. In 1942, two more were ordered from Lima, numbered 605 to 606. In 1948, the design changed slightly, but 3 years later, it, as well as number 610, were brought back into revenue service to pull heavy freight trains, god dang it, I'm British, heavy goods trains in favor of the upcoming goods traffic on most American railroads. While being brought back into service, however, number 614 was renumbered to 611, since there was a power shortage on the C&O, as to alleviate any confusion with some leased 484s from the Richmond, Fredericksville, and Potomac Railroad, one of which was also numbered 614. The original C&O 611 remained out of service. After just 1 year of revenue goods service, number 614 was retired again and was placed in storage with a group of other C&O steam locomotives in the form of a scrap line in front of the C&O diesel shops in Russell, Kentucky, where it remained for almost 2 decades. Okay, the excursion service. In 1975, number 614, as well as 284 Kanawha number 2705, and 2662 number 1309 were sent to the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad Museum in Baltimore, Maryland, and were cosmetically restored for static display. Although in 2014, number 1309 was purchased by the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad in Cumberland, Maryland, and restored to operating condition on December 31st, 2020. During 1979, Rowland traded Reading T1 number 2101, which was previously damaged in a roundhouse fire, to the museum in exchange for the 614. She was restored over the next 18 months with a cost of $1.5 million. During the restoration, 614 was given an auxiliary tender, doubling her water capacity to 50,000 gallons. This also allowed this allowed the 614 to run for longer times without having to refuel as much. The Chessie Safety Express was 614's first major run, bringing her a bit of spotlight in the process. At a successful system tour, 614 was kept in Hagerstown, Maryland, until 1985. American Coal Enterprise was developing a modern steam locomotive to be used as an alternative to rising oil costs by burning coal, known as the ACE 3000 project. The 614 was modified for better performance under the guidance of David Wardale and fitted with testing equipment to measure the performance of the engine. For several weeks in January and February 1985, 614, now 614T. God dang it, I've said that wrong. For several weeks in January and February 1985, 614, now 614T, symbolizing it as testing, hauled coal trains between Huntington and Hinton, West Virginia. The 614's fuel consumption costs were actually lower than most diesel locomotives operating at that time. In 1992, Rowland's vision for the 21st Century Limited was taking shape. To give the public an idea of the train, one side of 614 was decorated in a futuristic way with a blue streamlined shrouding and centered headlight. The 614 also came back to its former home at the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad Museum for temporary display. In 1995, 614 was moved to the New Hope and Ivyland Railroad in New Hope, Pennsylvania for a complete overhaul. It was then used for a series of popular excursions between Hoboken, New Jersey, and Port Jervis, New York. In conjunction with New York Transit, NJT for short, and co-sponsored by the Volunteer Railroaders Association between 1996 and 1998. 614's current status was required. Okay, current status. The 614 was required to pull 26 cars at 79 miles per hour on some sections and maintain speed up several hills. During the time, the 614 was equipped with cab signals, 26 liter brakes, speed control, and an MU stand. The 614 was moved to storage on the Reading and Northern Railroad in Port Clinton, Pennsylvania. In 2000, Rowland put the 614 up for auction at the NJT maintenance facility, where no buyers were interested. The locomotive is still maintained by the Iron Horse Enterprises, the most recent servicing of the locomotive being in 2006. In 2010, discussions began between Rowland and Jim Justice, owner of the Greenbrier Resort in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, and current governor of West Virginia. The resort owner had been interested in running steam-powered excursion trains from Greenbrier to Washington, D.C., to be known as the Greenbrier Express. Justice planned to use steam and diesel power in this project, but would have needed cooperation from CSX Transportation, the Buckingham Branch Railroad, and Amtrak. In January 2011, the 614 was moved to the Virginia Museum of Transportation in Roanoke, Virginia, from the Thoroughbreds of Steam exhibit. In May 2011, the 614 was again moved to the CNO Railway Heritage Center in Clifton Forge, Virginia. From there, it was repainted in preparation for display for the Greenbrier Presidential Express. Fortunately, the Greenbrier Express project was canceled in May 2012 due to lack of funding and capacity problems of the CSX portion of the route, where a lack of passing sidings made it difficult for eastbound trains to gain headway against the flow of westbound empty coal trains. The diesels and passenger cars were auctioned off, and the 614 continues to sit on display at Clifton Forge. As of 2023, 614 is still painted in the Greenbrier Presidential Express scheme.
Well, that was honestly a good story, too. And also, Ross Rowland also used an 060 switcher, which might be United States Army Transportation number 9, and also Canadian National 1533. That's what
That was
changed
good
from
reading,
Rowland,
Stratford, by the way. That was a good reading.
Why, thank you.
just
Yeah.
established that, and they were one of the earlier stars of the New Hope and Ivyland Road at New Hope, Pennsylvania. Nowadays, New Hope and Ivy Land 280 station number 40. Just takes the toll of the best New Hope and Ivy Land rare experience. It's a shame that only one New Hope and Ivy Land steam locomotive runs. But imagine if they were to purchase another locomotive,
I
such as
mean,
a
if they would have
442.
purchased a locomotive, I would say it's probably slim. I would give it a chance. It's slim because obviously, first of all, buying a locomotive isn't that easy in the times like that. To be honest, I would say.
Well, if I were to,
Secondly, the money.
if I were to
Remember,
double check some steam locomotives that maybe if the New Hope and Ivy Land Railroad one of these days should purchase a Boston Maine 410 steam locomotive from Massachusetts, which is in Lowell nowadays, and it's on display at the Boston Maine Road Historical Society in Lowell, Massachusetts, and they should actually purchase the locomotive.
they should have.
Let's hope.
Like they should have, but like I would say the cause, however, would be something else. That's the thing, you know, because like when was this thing happening? Like somewhere in the 90s or something. Because like
And
I
you
would
know the
say I don't
614.
think it's even possible, to be honest. I would say that to myself. Like in other words, like you know,
Let's see. And guys, I'm having ice cream.
that's nice.
Remember that ice cream chocolate syrup meme from TikTok?
Oh yeah, I heard that meme.
That meme kind
And
of
they had
that
the
meme
same version
died.
with the waffles.
I mean,
but,
that meme kind of died. Yeah, I was going to say that
and
too.
now and also there and I saw the responsible version of them where he gives ice cream and also to some waffles for homeless people too, which is one of the
Why did I know
nicest
that?
things you could
That
do.
was extremely wholesome.
Honestly, that's like I have no words at all. I'm just gonna say this. I just have no words. Just bizarre. That's all I can say. Bizarre.
Always gotta look out for the homeless.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with everything going on with the economy and everything.
COVID.
Which we won't
Especially
mention.
that-
Not gonna mention. Not gonna mention
COVID-19
that.
virus pandemic. Okay, the
Everything.
coronavirus
Everything
war.
that happened in the United States. Don't worry. We already know what happened.
Isn't y'all
No, no.
President Biden hosting a $2 trillion plan for something?
Get it? So we already
Let's not talk about
know.
politics, okay?
No
politics.
politics allowed.
Okay.
No, why?
skip
Why would you
politics.
say
Let's talk about
politics?
something else.
Absolutely not.
Disgraceful.
Disgusting.
Despicable. I was gonna say despicable and detestable.
Oh, okay.
Well,
But yeah,
we all know
it
that
is
Ross
indeed.
Rowland is holding his 2026 American Freedom Train in his Yellow Ribbon Express. I don't know if he's gonna use 614 for that one. That might also be canceled. He has every crazy decision. Sometimes.
Well, not every
he used
crazy
to have
decision.
cra-
Think about
he used to
that.
have-
Not every
We
crazy
used to
decision.
have crazy decisions during our childhood, but we realize when we get older. Well,
Oh my
but-
god, what's going on in there?
Ross Rowland is responsible for
Mr.
behavior
Beast with the Amity profile picture I saw.
change.
Alex, did you just see Alex? Did you just not? Alex, we just said that like 5 minutes ago. What the heck?
I know.
you
I
are
know, but
extremely
I like
late.
it.
Yeah, you were so late.
I wish there's a Star Butterfly over this.
No, I don't think so, dude. I don't think no one likes our butterfly nowadays.
Guys, you know what's coming up?
You know, like Star Butterfly?
Casey Jones's death date.
Casey Jones. Wait. The Casey Jones?
Yes, D. Casey Jones. Yes, D. Casey Jones.
Oh wow. Oh, didn't know that.
Railroader?
Yeah, I'm gonna make something for that.
Yeah.
In a
I'm gonna make a tribute of it.
I forgot to mention you guys, but like, do you guys know the voice actor of Lenny from Loud House? Yeah, it's her birthday. The voice actor of Lenny.
Oh my god,
It's her
I'm
birthday.
gonna draw something for her.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same
Tomorrow.
thing. Yeah.
And tomorrow's also my auntie Naomi's birthday.
Oh, nice.
She's turning 53 because she was born early, April 16th of 1970. Mm-hmm.
What do you guys?
That's
Okay,
my
you guys
dad.
not a
That's
contract here?
my dad's.
Or like,
That's my dad's.
go ahead.
That's my dad's 6 years younger sister. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well, sometimes Ross Rollins' behaviors, sometimes contributions may get overlooked, but don't worry. One of these days he'll change eventually and realized. You guys,
Yeah, I'm
Hmm?
here.
Yeah, I'm
you
here.
agree with what I said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree to do everything what you say.
Yes.
And it's unlike David from the infamous No David books, who keeps his behavior with
I do
no.
not. I mean, it was a good book, but like sometimes it got
But
annoying.
after watching DeGenero Cities' YouTube videos, you want me to show you a picture of DeGenero City YouTuber? I could show you his YouTube channel if you like.
All right, go ahead, go ahead.
One to Scotland.
Portland, it's British.
Scottish, don't. That's his YouTube
Honestly,
channel.
I don't even know how Ringo Starr
That's
actually
his
did that.
YouTube video. That's
Did
his
everything.
YouTube video of David being
What the
assaulted.
actual world?
By the way, Trevor, have you ever
Right.
been a fan of murder drones? Just want to ask.
And also, Manuel, you've seen this video that I'm showing you.
Yeah, obviously, of course. I've seen those videos.
And you should watch. You should also subscribe to him.
All right. I'll
Hmm.
see.
His channel to subscribe to him.
Is it just me or does anyone hate? All right.
And did you
How
know
about
he
one
also
day we
grew up
all-
in a? And do you know which neighborhood he grew up, Manuel? The DeGenero City grew up in. He actually grew up from the hood, just like me.
From the ghetto?
Screw the police
the
first of
hood.
all.
And
Oh,
biggest
okay. Whoa, no, dude. We need cops.
No, don't
need.
say that.
I don't like the police.
Okay, that's understandable. Okay, but like we do need cops. Come on, how are we gonna survive without them? What the hell?
Debatable.
So I sent it to you to his channel to subscribe.
Let's just pretend we didn't say that because I don't know if YouTube might say something about this, but
Right.
Okay, yeah.
I think someone would edit it out.
Yeah, we can edit it out.
Ever since
we
Mattel
cannot
has
do
been
that.
removing,
This against
CCTV
community
content-
Yeah, we
guidelines
obviously
on
cannot do
YouTube.
that. We obviously cannot. Like,
Okay, guys, listen. Ever since
Yeah, what's up?
Mattel has been deleting TTDE content, they actually been deleting some of our favorite episodes.
Yeah, honestly, they deleted. Honestly, they also deleted. They deleted the Grandpa
channel
episode of Michelangelo's. I wanted to watch the UK version.
Yeah, this one guy I know actually posted entire seasons of the series. He had like 23 videos, 23 series, the full entirety of 23 series of it. I rewatched every single season, and I do not like series 22 to 23 at all.
And 24.
Just curious, guys.
And I
like,
also
did you
hate
guys,
the infamous.
do you guys like watching the like? What do
14 to 15.
you guys prefer season 3 as your narrator? Would you guys go for George Carlin for season 3 or Michelangelo's?
We prefer season 3.
Yeah, but like what narrator? George Carlin or Michelangelo's?
If I'm honest, it's Michelangelo's.
Because he was so right for me, but there's something about his voice, though, that did not make sense for me, you know? He talked like he was doing it fast, you know?
He sounded just like an Eminem rap god.
The only reason I say Michelangelo's
But season 4 I liked him. In season 4 he became more of a, you know? Season 4 I would say we'll go for him, you know? Why
Carlin
not?
also became more of a grandpa. Remember
Elijah?
watching G61's videos? of his
Yep.
Thomas
Wish
American
you can
video.
upload more of those videos. To be honest, would you upload those videos?
Well, he also posted the video. What is the best Thomas DVD? You should go check it out, Manuel.
Hey Elijah,
Okay, I'll check it out.
you know
Yes,
that
Alan?
CSX has a steam locomotive called CSX 2716?
You mean Chesapeake and Ohio 2716? It's actually not from the C6. It's originally from the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad. Nowadays, it's undergoing a restoration to running condition at the Kentucky Steam Heritage Corporation in Irving, Kentucky. And I honestly can't wait until the day I see it, along with my sister, along with her getting to know her boyfriend at Kevitz, which is South Korean Asian American. Kevin. He's also a big fan of one of the biggest fans of anime, and he also loves South Park.
Does he like trains?
Well, I don't know, but I would try getting information maybe a tiny bit first. So I would first just take it easy.
Hey, also, did you know that the largest train show is the Railroad Hobby Train Show somewhere in Springfield, Massachusetts?
Yeah. I want to go there in the future.
Maybe we might visit there in these days, right, Elijah?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's also the closest train show in Massachusetts and Springfield, Massachusetts.
So Manuel, you saw Thomas Fan 261's "What is the best Thomas DVD video?"
Yes, I saw that.
You should
Well,
also.
I mean, I'm seeing it right now.
You
Actually,
should
I might see
also
it later
watch.
tonight.
And also, you should watch History in the Dark's videos after that.
All right, sure. Anyways, should we continue with the reading? Well, did we read everything?
Right, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all. But anyways,
That's all.
we're gonna go hop on back to the Discord server, and thank you guys so much for watching this video.
And also, one forgot something. And also,
Make sure you
everyone,
guys like and subscribe and subscribe to Elijah.
Thank you
And I
so
hope you
much.
guys
Thank
get
y'all. This is
quiet
safe,
That's
y'all.
all,
soon.
folks. And
And
peace.
also,
God bless you.
That's all, folks.
What's up, folks?
all right. Let's get to
Bye-bye.
the Toon Squad server.
Hey,
guys.
by the way, you should wait.
Hey, how
Elijah,
is he supposed to
the
see
stream
the
is still there.
screen?
Elijah.
Wait, the
Yeah,
stream-
right. Missed it every
2 weeks
time.
ago.
That
Why is
idiot.
he not
How is he
listening to this all
supposed
the
to?
time? Are you serious? How does he
Oh,
not
who does tell him?
listen? Alan, you tell.
I'm already on Discord.
Oh, he's
so I'm gonna tell
back.
him.
Hey, Elijah.
Hey, yeah, turn on the live, dude.